everyone, welcome back to the FourPawHouse. This video is going to be a continuation of the last one, and I'll be covering everything that you probably should have before you pick up your puppy, but they're not absolute necessities. So you could go and get these within the first couple weeks of having your dog at home, but I just recommend you have them before that. If you missed the first part of this video, I'll link that in the description, and you can go ahead and check that out. Oh, and Calcifer's coming over to see these ones. The first thing I'm going to talk about is treats. It's really important to have some sort of reinforcer when you go to pick up your dog. It will help build a really positive association for you with your pup. So I'll show you a couple of my favorite brands. This one is Hair of the Dog. It's their rabbit jerky for small dogs, but I use these as training treats. And these are actually a little bit too big for my liking for training treats. I would cut them in half or even in quarters. And another of my favorite brands is Origin. All of their treats are just freeze-dried meat. There's nothing else in them, so you know exactly what your dog is getting. The Origin treats are quite soft and you can break them up by hand, which is why I kind of prefer them over the Hair of the Dog. The Hair of the Dog ones I do need to cut with scissors or a knife. It's important to have a few varieties of treats on hand. That way you can find out what your dog finds the most reinforcing. In the same vein as treats, you'll need a couple different varieties of chews. I prefer one ingredient chews because then that way I know exactly what my dog is getting. Probably the easiest one ingredient chew to find is bully sticks, or sometimes they're called bull wrinkles. And these are just dried beef, so you don't have to worry about any weird ingredients being in there. Edible chews are great for building up a positive association with something like a crate or the car. It's just something to keep them occupied and focused on, and they're less likely to get bored or fidgety in their crate if they have something fun to keep their mind occupied. Another group of items that you'll need to have are training tools. And in talking about training tools, I'll be covering clicker training because I find that it's the most reliable and it's by far my favorite training style. I don't use aversive tools, and dominance theory was disproven quite a while ago, so I don't feel comfortable recommending anything but clicker training. This is my favorite clicker. It's made by PetSafe, and it's my favorite because it has this elastic loop on the back of it. That way it's easy to keep on you all the time, especially when you have a new puppy and you're going to be clicking and treating a lot. And then there's your standard box clicker. This one has the piece of tin or aluminum inside and you click down directly on that. Any clicker that you like the feel of in your hand and that you can get consistent timing with is good. And I would recommend picking up a few to have around your house so you can click and treat whenever you need to. And when you're clicking and treating a lot, you'll probably want a treat pouch. These are great for keeping treat crumbs out of your pocket. This one's made by Outward Hound. It just has a standard drawstring top, and it has a clip and Velcro for your belt loops. But my favorite kind of treat pouch are the kind that you can snap open and they stay open until you need to close them. This one's also made by Outward Hound. And you can wear this one as a belt or over your shoulder. I wouldn't necessarily call this a training tool, but it is a really good thing to have on hand while training. It's a long line or a check cord. This one's a 30-foot one by Mendota, which is my favorite brand for them, by the way. Long lines are pretty much a necessity if you don't have any enclosed designated off-leash areas near you, or if you're like me and don't like dog parks to begin with. They're awesome for teaching a recall, they're great for hiking, they're just a really handy thing to have. And if your dog's gonna be coming in the car with you, it's good to have a car seat cover. That way you don't have to worry about cleaning up your car if your dog runs through a mud puddle and you don't have any towels in your car. And these wash a lot easier than your actual car seat. Speaking of washing, you will also need an enzymatic cleaner. This one is by Nature's Miracle, which is probably the favorite in the industry, but any enzymatic cleaner works well. Simple Solutions makes a good one. And you'll need one of these because regardless of whether you're getting a puppy or an older dog, you will probably do at least a little bit of potty training because it's such a new environment for them. I still have a few things to cover, but it's getting a little bit long, so I'll leave you guys here. In my next video, I'll be covering grooming tools and toys. So until then, you guys can follow me on Instagram at FourPawHouse and Tumblr at FourPawHouse and Twitter at the number 4PawHouse. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.